Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, we went camping with Sebastian, and considering that he is now on the title screen, I'd say that went pretty well. I was actually not expecting him to be on the title screen. As soon as he appeared there, though, my heart actually jumped a little because it's like, yee! Alright, so that means that officially we have succeeded in ensuring that Sebastian will not die on this adventure. Now, where am I gonna go from here? Ooh, boy. I already mentioned that I have a bunch of objectives, but I'm gonna try to extend things even further. I want to take this status screen and get everybody up to the impressed level. We've already succeeded in doing that with Lorem. I think for this run, I'm gonna do that with Bryce. Because one of my objectives is to ensure that Bryce does not get killed. And so I figure, let's do, well, I was about to say kill two birds with one stone, but that's not my objective. My objective is to save these people. But we'll not only save Bryce, but we'll also impress him during this run. So, let's meet with Bryce. Once again, I found myself within the police department, which seemed oddly quiet for this time of day. How would I know? I've only been here a day. It didn't take me long to spot Bryce in his office. Hey Erika, what's up? Has anybody else noticed that Bryce has a scar on his cheek? I wonder if that is from the struggle that took place against Maverick's brother. Anyway, nothing much, but you told me to contact you if I could remember anything that might help with the investigation. That's right. What do you have for me? I'm not sure if it's worth mentioning, but I have known Reza for a couple of years, so I know some things about his personality. I see. Well, that's actually more helpful than you might think. Mannerisms, habits, all kinds of things would be useful to add to his profile and to get a better idea of him. I've also kind of noticed that he's got a couple scars on his neck as well, so it's almost certainly from that struggle. Anyway, I'm just about done here for the day, but if you want to discuss it over a beer or something, I'd be more than happy. No beer from me. Hopefully I don't actually need to get drunk in order to have this end well. I don't usually drink, though. That's fine, you don't have to. Good. Or maybe we'll find something you'll like. That is a smirk. That is definitely a smirk. Press him about wanting to go to a bar. That sounds fair, I think. Alright, let's go. This place. I kind of think of it, this is the same place we met up with Lorem on the first day. Here we are. Not too shabby, I have to admit. And just in time for happy hour. Do you come here often? Sometimes. Hello, waiter! Another one with a bow tie. Totally going for that Hanna-Barbera look. Especially with the cuffs. Hey, you two, what can I bring you? Just the usual. One generic beer for the chief of police? Sure thing. How about you, Erika? Okay. Now, I'm gonna ask, how'd you know my name? We're only on day 1. How couldn't I? Everyone knows about you. So, what will it be? Nothing yet. I'll know something later, I think. Noted. I'll be right back. It wasn't long before the waiter returned with a drinking bowl. A drinking bowl. Okay, yeah. Well, there's a little bit of dragon difference in this world. With a drinking bowl as wide as it was tall, filled to the brim with a foam-topped dark amber liquid. I'm not really sure if the bowl is because Bryce is a 4-legged dragon, or if it's because he's a big dragon and he needs something bigger than a glass. Carefully, he set it down in front of Bryce, who didn't hesitate to take a big gulp. There you go. Just call me if you need anything. Of course. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. I would definitely not want to go against Bryce in a drinking competition. So, what is it you wanted to tell me about Reza? There are a few things. I mean, they're probably not much, but anything might help, right? That's right. Anything unusual about him, anything that defines his character or stands out about him could help us. How about you tell me what you know about him? Well, the earliest memory I have of him was when we both went to the same school. We only shared a few classes, though, and a couple of friends. Overall, I'd say he was an above-average student. We didn't talk very often, but he always was very outspoken and never failed to speak up to make his opinions known. He was the kind of person I'd fully expect to become a politician one day, or at least an activist of some sort. I definitely don't approve of his activities now. That's the impression I got from him. He spoke a lot, but you could also expect him to act on his word. Of course, his nature caused him to clash with others, sometimes even including the school staff, though his genuine enthusiasm also garnered praise from them. He was quite a character. After we all graduated, I didn't hear anything about him for a long time. Only some years later, after we found the portal, was I surprised to find out he was the human who'd be sent to your world. He had volunteered. It wasn't until I was already here that I actually met him again, however brief our interactions were. But then I already told you everything about what happened prior to the eventual scuffle with Maverick. There's only one thing that stands out to me about those events. In the restaurant, when he told me about the letter, he mentioned I would know how to read its secret message. I know he values the use of his own intellect, but when I received the letter later, he apparently fully expected me to remember a random chemistry class we had together years ago in order to see the message. I'm a little surprised that I didn't talk about this during the investigation. I thought I already told the cops everything. I see. So you did not arrange this beforehand? Well, now I'm even more glad that Bryce trusted me, even though I never clarified this. Not at all. I had no idea. That is quite peculiar. I know. I still wonder what he would have told me if Maverick had interfered when we met at the portal. We do as well, and you can believe that. How is Maverick even allowed to intercept his letter and read it? I thought that was already answered. Didn't... Wait. Actually, no, that is a good question. Did he read it? He might have. Kinda think of it. We know he at least was able to smell the lemon on the letter. He could have easily done so since he was in charge of Reza and everything, but he totally shouldn't have. I mean, we wouldn't do anything of the sort with you. Everything he has done in regard to Reza has been a poor show of character. I suppose so. In any case, thanks for telling me all this. You never know when this kind of information could be useful. No problem. Just when I thought an awkward silence might set in, Bryce spotted the waiter and didn't hesitate to speak up. Hey waiter, bring me another. I hadn't noticed, but while I was talking, Bryce had been busy sipping on his drink. The empty bowl before him was proof of his proficiency. Here you go. Given that the waiter does not have a name, I'm not going to write him down in my notes. Probably not necessarily an important character. Maybe I should be going now. Oh, come on and stay a little. Considering we're here already, might as well enjoy the evening, right? I mean, you don't have to, but I certainly will. Or do you need to be somewhere? I mean, no, I don't necessarily need to be somewhere. I'm pretty sure as soon as this scene is over, we're going to move on to the next day and deal with the next murder victim. Anyway, not really. I guess I can stay for a little while. That's what I'd like to hear. Waiter, bring us another beer. No, I'm not drinking it. Another one? This one's for you, silly. I don't really drink, though. Oh, come on, just try a little. Even if you don't like beer, you haven't had one like this before. I haven't had one ever. Oh, really? The game is making me... No, I'm gonna save... Still neutral. I'm gonna see what happens if I leave, and we move on to the next day. Will he still be neutral then? I really think I should be going. Oh, come on. Really? Without another word, I got up from my seat and left. Luckily, I didn't have much trouble finding my way back alone. I certainly couldn't stand spending any more time with someone like Bryce. Needless to say, I didn't regret leaving him behind. Achievement unlocked. Teetotaler. That word. Okay, so the chapters are still the same. I just couldn't remember what the first chapter was. Ooh. No, that's actually the opposite direction as I wanted to go. Oh, man. When I decided to do this, I didn't expect the game would actually make me drink beer. Well, at least we've already established that this me is not... this me is different than the real me. I'll try it just for you, but only a sip. You'll do yourself a favor. You know what? Why don't we have ourselves a drinking contest? No, we've already established that that will not end well. I would, but I don't think I can beat someone like you. How about a handicap then? I'll go easy on you. You're not letting this go, are you? Just having fun. Alright, let's do this. Do we have to? Bryce lowered his snout and gulped down beer at an inhuman rate. He is a dragon. The bowl drained rapidly and was empty in an instant. Fair's fair. Considering they don't even have cars, at least I won't have to worry about drinking and driving. It does make me wonder, though, if they fall over and hit a wall, will the wall crumble? The rules are simple. We both get a round, then we wait a few moments until the next one, so the effects can kick in. Whoever gives up first loses. I'm gonna give up, pretty quickly then. In case anybody is wondering why I don't drink beer, it's because I'm afraid of how I might turn out if I am drunk. Would I start spilling out secrets that I don't want anybody to know? Will I be an angry drunk? Will I be suicidal? So no, you ain't ever catching me drunk. That sounds easy enough. Sure, just wait until you have a swig of the real stuff, and we'll see how easy it is for you. No, it'll be easy, alright. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so your handicap is that you already drank one bowl. Actually, two. He made a show of looking me in the eyes while he lowered his muzzle into the bowl before he started guzzling his drink noisily. It was gone in seconds. Certainly, this was going to be tough. My confidence faltered, but there was no turning back now. I say that, but how did I think I could win in a drinking contest against a frickin' dragon? I love that I said frickin' just now. Nevertheless, I grasped the drink, putting on the best show I could while I tried to recreate Bryce's feat. After the first sip, however, I realized it was very different from any other beer I had tried before. Okay, yeah, this me is definitely different than any other... This me is definitely different than the real me. I tell you, never played a video game before, and apparently this me has drunk beer before. Yet I persevered through the intense taste until the glass was empty. I probably wasn't as impressive as Bryce had been just moments earlier, but I couldn't afford to show any weakness. My plan was cut short, though, as I set down the glass and an unusually strong aftertaste hit me, causing me to make a face. How'd you like it? Ugh, this is some really strong stuff. I told ya, you better know beforehand how much you can take, or it'll hit you harder later on. Want to give up already? Okay, since we've already established that this me has in fact drunk before, we're going all in. Heck no. As you wish. So, when's the next round starting? Soon enough. Do you feel it? Do you feel the buzz kicking in already? Don't lie to me. I can see it in your face. Unless that's blushing I see, and not the alcohol. Alright, it's a buzz. Yeah, that smirk. That's what I thought. Anyways, how do you like it here so far? I mean, compared to wherever it is that you came from. It's alright. Certainly a nice change from what I'm used to. Good to hear. Maybe next time we'll send a dragon over to your world. That could be interesting. Waiter, bring us another round. Coming right up. Just had a thought. I turned down a beer at the start of this scene. Does that mean I have a better chance of surviving this drinking contest? Would having a beer earlier result in a loss? Well, we'll ask that question after I actually win, because for all I know, I'm still gonna lose. Here you go, having ourselves a little contest, are we? You know how it goes. That I do. Be careful, Erika. He's a pro. No. New dragon. Very interesting new dragon. I was not expecting a dragon with tentacles coming out of their neck. So, hello there, Ziff. Emerald black dragon with tentacles and neck. So Kiba says that hamsters are really good with liquor? Are you sure about that? Did I hear something about a contest? Maybe. Up to your old shenanigans, I see. Now, don't spoil the fun. I don't go around telling people about what you're up to either. Am I being bamboozled? Point taken. Enjoy! Are you like hiding some of the beer under your tongue in that giant jaw of yours or something? Of course he wouldn't have challenged me if he wasn't confident enough he could win. Guess I'll just have to try my best. I went first last time, so it's your turn now. As I put the glass to my lips and started swallowing the dark amber liquid, I was struck by how much more difficult this round was compared to the first. One thing that always puzzled me about seasoned drinkers was the sheer amount of liquid they could ingest without issue. Keeping it down, however, was a much different question. But this contest wasn't about keeping it down. There. Your turn. Did I see you struggling there for a second? That's my tactic. Make you think that I'm struggling so you'll let your guard down. Natty says, are we going to find out something like, because he breathes fire, alcohol doesn't enter his system like normal and goes into some kind of storage to help with breathing fire? Probably. Roaring laughter erupted from the dragon as his paws struck the table, rattling the containers resting on it. Keep it up, kiddo. You still stand a chance if you can make me die of laughter. As for my turn, let me demonstrate. Once again, he consumed his drink, though his swigs were noticeably slower than before. His resolve was also fading, though not as fast as mine had, as he clearly held the advantage. Was there any way I could still turn this around? There. Now, let me ask you a question. I know you wanted to tell me all the stuff about Reza, but was that the only reason you wanted to meet with me? No. We can rule out the first answer because no. Doesn't hurt to have friends in high places. I mean, had I met up with Bryce on the first playthrough, that would have been my answer. But now that I know that he would be on my side regardless, although I have to wonder, had I stuck with not getting drunk and left him all soured and stuff, would that result in things playing out differently? Would he not trust me as much during the case? Regardless, we're going with the last answer. Maybe. Having a little fun doesn't hurt, right? Ah, that is a cute wink. Thought so. I won't disagree with that. Just promise me we won't have any more drinking contests after this. Waiter, next round. Coming. There you go. Thanks. How are you holding up? Just fine. Thanks for asking. If you say so. Good luck. Was it your turn? Or is it my turn? It's yours. Alright. Maddie says, I'm just fine. You're great waiters. Both of you. Anyway, by now, it was obvious that Bryce was faltering. Though he still was faring much better than I was. He even had to take a break in the middle of his beer, unable to down it in one go. Now, it's yours. He was a lot heavier than me, and even though his bowels held far more liquid than my glasses, how did I think I'd stand a chance against him? When I picked up my glass, I didn't have feeling in my fingers anymore. Yeah, I had to pause a few times, but in the end I made it. I wasn't sure how much more I could take. So, what do we do now? Wait for you to throw up so I win? Not a fan of throwing up, so I'm definitely not going to choose the last option. You never said that was a rule. Well, duh. Of course it doesn't count if you spit out your drink halfway through. I suppose it still might if you lick all it up again. I never considered Bryce to be this sort of person. It just occurred to me why the screen has faded out a couple times during this process. It is getting blurry. The background, that is. Can I ask you a question? Go ahead. Why are you brown? Dang it, you don't just ask someone why they're brown. Don't you have, like, differently colored people where you come from? Or do they all look like you? You seriously look like a chocolate cream cake. Delicious chocolate cream cake. Can I taste you? Waiter, next round. There you are. Belatedly, the dragon looked at me, seemingly unable to focus. I could see he was hitting his limit, but so was I. Maybe if I just held out a little longer. Whose turn is it even? Hey there, Beer Force! Welcome to the stream. You will be interested to know that we are having a beer... a beer drinking competition. And yes, I just compared Bryce to a chocolate cream cake. Okay, what do from here? It's definitely mine. Good. At this point, I had difficulties picking up my glass. I was about to give up, but I was sure if I held on just one more round, it'd be over. I could still win this. I had to wait a few moments after each sip in order to continue, but I did not give up until, eventually, the glass was empty. I would have liked to have said I don't even know anymore, but I did know. I'm just gonna say nothing. For the first time, I could see something in his eyes other than his always present confidence. Was it disbelief or insecurity? I guess my feat caught him off guard, as he seemed genuinely impressed. If nothing else, this showed me that even his own conviction was cracking down. I could totally win this. You're cute. Ah, thank you. I like you, I really do. But I sure as heck am not going to let you win. He was struggling. It became more and more obvious as he tried to swallow the liquid in his bowl bit by bit. He stopped at one point, panting heavily. I considered taking a cheap shot at him, but as he had refrained from doing so during my turn, I wasn't going to start now. There. I was getting tired. I could hear Bryce's voice, but I could not make out the individual words anymore. I decided to rest my eyes, just for a little bit. Well, at least I didn't throw up. Hey, are you okay? You fell down and you look kinda messed up. No, I'm definitely giving up. I'm hoping that I'm not an angry drunk. Yeah, I'm okay. Good to hear that. Ready for another round? Or do you give up? At this point, I am not really confident whether that is enough in order to proceed safely. So saving now. Maddie, if you want to bring it on, you can do it yourself, but I'm stopping here. think I better stop here. Guess I'll just have another to secure my victory then. You know, it was fun watching you and all, but you've both had enough for the evening. I think you'd better leave now. After you've come out from under the table, that is. Alright. I'll be going then. Wait a minute. What is it? Maybe you should go with him, just to make sure he gets home safely and doesn't do anything stupid, you know? It's kind of an unspoken rule here that whoever is his drinking buddy does so. When I looked over to him, I discovered that Bryce had passed out for the moment. This could prove difficult. I'm not leaving him. If anything, maybe I could sleep it off with him. So, fine. Before says the waiter is very familiar. You've seen him wearing something different. Looking all over my notes. No. Nobody in my notes. But I never I never wrote down every name. There might have been somebody that seemed less important. Because, like, I didn't write down the person who worked at the grocery store. Because he didn't have a name. I don't think. So, no. I don't recognize who this is. Anyway, fine. Thank you. Come on, let's get you home. He is still unconscious. I was definitely hoping for an option to just use him as a bed. Okay, I'm gonna say before doing this option. Status does not change until after the scene is over. I'm gonna put some pepper on his nose and hope that he doesn't set the place on fire. Right, it'll be like a smelling salt. Huh. That was actually the salt, not the pepper. Let's try that again. What? Is that you, Erika? Where am I? I like the sniffing sound. And what did you do to my nose? Did you shove something in there while I was out or something? We're still in the bar, and I just put some pepper there to wake you up. That's the best you could come up with? I'm drunk. What'd you expect? Oh, so it worked? Oh, shut up. Come on. Let's get you home, you big wuss. I awoke looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. For a moment I wondered where I was before the events of last night all came back to me. As I got up and looked around, I realized that I'd apparently slept on the floor. Where am I? This isn't my apartment. Aww! He's adorable! He's drooling too. Don't feel too bad, Bryce. I sometimes drool in my sleep, too. Guess I must have passed out after I got Bryce home. Hey, Bryce. Good morning, sunshine. The dragon moved and let out a groan before he opened his eyes. Dang, my head. Why are you even here? I guess I must have passed out after I escorted you home. Oh, right. After our little game. Do you remember who won? I don't know. I don't even know. But you stood your ground, and I respect that. You didn't do anything funny while I was out, did you? The dragon rose from the couch with a nice morning stretch, rubbed his eyes, then held his head high as he let out a grunt and a big yawn. I was hoping we could see the yawn. Alright, you know what? I'm sorry. The whole contest thing was a stupid idea and I shouldn't have suggested it, especially not to you. Maddie says he turns around and we see you doodled on his other side. I wish. There is human clothing on the wall in the background. I wonder if that's a common thing to have human clothing as decor. Well, it's not like you forced me to participate. Yeah, he kinda did. Or rather, the game did, anyway. So I suppose I share some of the blame. Let's just pretend the whole thing never happened. Does that mean we don't have to do another drinking contest later? Deal. Wait. What time is it? Dang. I really should get going, or I'll be late for work. You know how to get back to your apartment from here, right? I think so. Guess you should be going as well, kiddo. Maybe I'll see you some other time. Oh, you can count on it. Hopefully more than... Oh, wait. I just remembered what some other time is about to be. Oh, I just noticed that there's a person down there in the background. Okay, just real quick. I am absolutely going to wind up doing even more runs of this game. But for the second run at least, I'm going to not skip these scenes so that I could at least have a refresher going forward. But before I save... Good. I bet there was an achievement if I had kept going in that drinking contest, but I really didn't want to reach a point that I threw up. Anyway, don't skip ahead. So, another day, morning. Woke from dreams filled with fire and smoke. I wonder what these dreams mean. A side effect of the portal? Time traveling into the past? Don't know. This is where... Good to see you again. I'm still gonna choose the same options as before. Something else planned. Oh right, that's right. This didn't start out with another murder investigation. Oh, Beerforce says my dreams are memories of the solar flare apocalypse. Alright. Anyway, we start off with investigations. Or at least that was the intent until the next murder victim happened. Here's Sebastian to report the murder. We don't investigate the body, but we later confirm that, yeah, it's definitely Reza's doing. Power is out because Reza stole a generator. I kind of wonder if Reza stole a generator from the first victim and we never really found that out. Maddie is wondering how the card game with Sebastian went. I lost. But in the end, I got to cuddle with Sebastian. So that made it all worth it. Maverick's here, but this won't amount to much. Oh, speaking of Sebastian, I noticed on the title screen, no, he does not have the curly claw of certain raptors. A bummer, but whatevs. I never got a good look at this scene before. What is this camera angle? Well, first off, I noticed there's a piano down there. Hold on a sec, I just thought of something. Color. Brightness, where's the brightness? Oh, I see. Huh. Here I always assumed we were going upstairs. No, we're going downstairs. I don't remember what I said before, but it probably doesn't matter. I don't mind stairs. Actually, yeah. That is what I said last time. So that explains why the flashlight is going all over the place. Because we're traveling down the stairs. This scene I can at least see around. Before says new line coming up soon. Okay. Whatever's causing a power outage. Looks like the generator is gone. Mystery solved. Sound of creaking metal penetrated the stillness of the room. This is where a light nearly falls on me. Looked up towards the source of the noise grew louder. Pushed sideways, fell to ground. Just barely avoiding a giant light fixture, fell from the ceiling. Erika, are you alright? Next thing I saw was a hooded figure standing above me, barely visible against the darkness that permeated the room. Figure crouched down next to me, mask hovering right in front of my face. Merely a whisper reached my ears when it spoke. Be careful, Erika. We now know that this is not Reza, but the administrator. That girl time traveler who is responsible for the creation of dragon civilization in the first place. Figure dashed towards stairs. Where are you going? That's not me. Don't move. She's going up the stairs. This time I'm aware that this is female. I'm on it. I didn't see that chair coming. I can't see a dang thing in here. Here, Chief. Hate these stupid stairs. You're blocking the way. Just go around me. No room, you're as wide as the stairs are. I can't help it. Dang it, we'll never catch him now. Actually, it's a she. Never nowhere to be found. Take chances. Chance to grow a smaller white team away. Haven't done now. Tell us everything in as much detail as you can. Much to it. Looked up. Someone pushed me. You mean Reza? I don't think it was Reza. There's two I don't think so options. I don't think that was Reza. What makes you say that? Whoever it was wearing a mask. Okay, what about the other option? I'm not so sure of that. Didn't you see him? Whoever it was wearing a mask. I mean, both of these options apparently are doing the same thing. Wait a minute. When we were down there, didn't you refer to him as a she? Did I? I don't know, maybe you just heard it wrong. Maybe. Time-traveling shenanigans. Why would he wear that whole getup, though? Obviously didn't want to be recognized. I mean, regardless of whether that is Reza or not, whoever it is does not want to be recognized. That's a bad excuse when there are only two humans here. And there's a third one. That makes sense. Look bigger picture. Who has a motive for stealing a generator? Reza. Who else would need to steal a generator when those who live here could either buy or simply request one? Kind of think of it, why doesn't Reza just buy generators? If they are so easily buyable. Resorting to murder? Also, the human figure run away. What kind of question is this last one? Are we sure we saw him running away? It wasn't a dragon in disguise. I'm just kind of curious what happens if I choose that last option. Now you're grasping at straws, Erika. I was just curious. And it just returns to the same set of questions. Why would he have stayed here if he stole it? Generator already gone. Person in question wasn't carrying it. Criminal returned to the scene of crime. A lot of strange things going on. Maybe this thing is just a huge misunderstanding. Need someone to talk to him. Found 2 corpses. He's a prime subject. That might be what I went with before. So B4 says, the reason you are able to remember stuff from the previous run, despite dying in the previous ending, has kind of been explained by Loram, but he spells it out in detail in the true ending. Hopefully I can reach the true ending. As an aside, let me think here. I remember what you're talking about. About how in multiple timelines or something, wormholes, like, you remember things because there's like a wormhole in your mind or something along those lines. Okay, what do you want me to do? And it is my job to go looking for clues. To investigate places that Reza has been seen. Going on by myself? Can't spare anybody. And Bryce totally trusts me to do this on my own. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to be giving a set of options. This is where things are going to be going a little differently, because I was only able to investigate 2 of the 4 locations suggested, but, well, on this run, I'm going to investigate the other 2. And we'll do that after this break. Be right back. I gotta answer these text messages.